Hello, I'm sorry about last night. We had a wild thunderstorm, so that's why I'm going to redo this. I'm going to redo this. So I want to teach as many people how you can save taxes. So I'm going to redo this and send it out to y'all. Number one, do you want to leave a legacy for future generations? Number two, do you want to save taxes year after year, generations after generations, and legally? Number three, you want to save taxes year after year, generation after generation. Stay with me for the next 30 minutes, learn the secret of the rich, figure out if it's going to be good for you, and you can always set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. And it's not a sales call. I'm going to give you the plan on how much you could be saving legally. So let's get this started. Imagine saving four, five, six figures in taxes year after year, generation after generation. You'll never have to pay them back. It's legal. The IRS can't do anything about it because only Congress can change the tax code. You can use this money to put back into your business, to pay off your mortgage, buy a new car, take the family on a well-deserved vacation, give to a charity, or save for retirement. Imagine nobody knows how much you own, where you own it, what you do with it, what you sell it for, and anything else. All your information is 100% private. Imagine all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. I can't stop you from being sued. I'm sorry about that. But all your assets are in the trust, and nobody can get a hold of them. So, someone tried to sue me today. I have $11 in cash in my wallet. That's all you get. So I want to I want to teach this to as many U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, 1099 income earners making at least $100,000 a year, and U.S. investors how you can stop paying taxes on all your profits. Again, it's legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. And it's been in front of the United States Supreme Court on two separate occasions. So let's start off with a little bit of history. Comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England. Hey, murder a few ladies, start a church. Who cares? He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. They went further back to the 13th century to the Magna Carta and said, oh, no, 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 King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023, before we were the United States. Well, that's great for them. Our current tax code that we are under as of today went into effect February of 1913. It was only supposed to be around for a few years, but then the United States got involved in World War I, then World War II, and it's only grown and grown and grown and grown since then. The uber rich families of that time, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Kennedys, made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they can save taxes, why can't we save taxes? It's like I said, it's in IRS tax code 643B. Now, I want you to research this as much as you can. When you Google tax code 643B, you will find an opinion letter from September 11, 2018, and there have been several memorandums done on top of it. This opinion letter that the IRS wrote said they do not like tax code 643B and they do not like the irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor spendthrift trust. It's their opinion. I don't like lima beans. That's my opinion. I'm sure you have many opinions for yourself too. So let me go over those five elements because they're very important. Irrevocable. This goes from generation to generation to generation to generation. The Rockefeller Spendthrift Trust is 7 generations old and has almost 400 people under the same EIN or employee identification number. I have several people who say it's difficult to get things out of an irrevocable trust. Oh, no, 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 no. Since I started my trust, I've wholesaled 28 houses all through the trust and have not paid any capital gains on that. It's very easy to do. And I do it through the court system. So when I sign my name, Sally Gimmon, I sign Sally Gimmon, TTE, trustee of the trust, and I can put it into the trust and then wholesale out of the trust. Very simple to do. Irrevocable, complex. This trust can hold money from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade, century to century. 97% of the trusts sold in the United States are what my mom and dad had. what Susie Orman talks about on television, the family trust or the living trust. There's nothing wrong with the family trust or the living trust. It is designed to avoid probate, and then it dissolves and all assets are given out to all the heirs and everything. This is not your mom and dad's trust. The Spendthrift Trust is going to save you taxes, keep your information completely private, and all lawsuits become frivolous. It's an amazing document. I love it. This is why I want to teach other people about this. So irrevocable, complex, discretionary. Whoever is a trustee or trustees can make the rules for all the beneficiaries. I have seven nieces and nephews. If I decide one of my nieces gets 90% of my trust or everything I've done in real estate, the rest of them only get 2%. They can't. There's no infighting. They can't take it to court. They can't do anything. True story about this. One husband and wife who have 4 apartment buildings in Los Angeles. Thank God they weren't affected by the fires. Their adult daughter is living in one of the apartments, and they're requiring her to do 4 random drug tests a month. She has a slight problem. She took her mom and dad to federal court, because this is on the federal level, to sue them, saying this was unconstitutional. The judge looked everything over. He read it, and he said, you have 2 options. Option A, do the shoot. Sorry, I had to stop that. Someone was at the door. So, irrevocable, complex, and irrevocable, complex, and then the court said that she has 2 choices. So, irrevocable, complex, directory, and then non-grantor. This makes the trust 100% private. When my mom and dad started their family trust, they were the grantors or the settlers of the trust. When both of them passed away, that made the trust dissolve. Oh, no, 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 no. This one, that doesn't happen this way. You will have someone who is not going to be a beneficiary, not going to be a trustee, who's going to sign up to be the grantor or the settler. You will need their social security number. This is not a speed bump. I have done this for many of my clients. And then they will sign themselves away. So if someone finds out the name of your trust, they will research it and know, for me, they will research it and they'll find out that my friend, a family friend, Jim, was my grantor. They won't find out my name at all. So irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor, and the 5th element, spendthrift. Like I said, this has been in front of the United States Supreme Court on 2 separate occasions, and it's been favored both times. Now, I have a free class on the Great Discovery. If you go out to www.sallygimmon.com, my first name and my last name squished together. My last name is G-I, M like Mary, O-N like Nancy. You're going to get a similar presentation like this, 3 articles from Forbes magazine, 2 pages of case law, so you can research this to your heart's content, and examples of clients saving thousands of dollars. Now that you know the history, now that you know a little bit of information about this, oh, by the way, about this opinion letter. The IRS does not like the tax code or the trust. Okay, they don't like it. Now, only Congress can change it. Our current president, his dad started the trust in 1972. Too many presidents, too many senators, too many congresspeople know the secret of the rich. The only thing Congress is doing right now is people more and more and more. I want to help as many U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, 1099 income earners who are making at least $100,000 gross, and U.S. investors stop paying taxes. It's legal, and y'all should know about this. Now, let me share a screen with you because most people are unaware of this. This is 2025 tax brackets that we're currently under. Now look at this. There used to be 4 ways to file your taxes. Well, there still are 4 ways to file your taxes. Single, most expensive way, head of household, married filing jointly, and married filing single. Check this out. Single and married filing separately are almost exactly the same, all the way up to the 37% tax bracket. If you are married, I'm going to highly suggest filing married, file jointly. Taxes are cheaper, and you get to save a lot more money. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because I'm going to tell you about my story. My watershed month for me was October 2018. I'm living in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm working as a Medicare broker, and my oldest nephew is getting married in Charlotte, North Carolina, October 28th, 2018. If you know anything about Medicare, open enrollment is from October 7th through December 5th. Anybody on Medicare can change their plans during those, I think it's 9 weeks. I don't know the numbers. I had worked for the company for more than a year, and I had requested the Friday before the wedding, the Monday after the wedding off. I had plenty of time, and they denied me. Hmm. Didn't like working for the company before, like working for them even less. Second thing that happened, my 3-week old sports car with a moonroof, because you need that in Phoenix at night. That's beautiful. I'm going to work 7 o'clock in the morning on a busy Indian School Road, East-West Road. I'm the second car through in a green light. Some bozo runs the red light, kaboom, hits me on my passenger side, totals my car. The bozo has no insurance and sadly only had $25,000 in uninsured property damage. I was upside down on my auto loan. Yikes. If you know Phoenix, you need to have public transportation. There's very little public transportation. So I had to go get a second auto loan. All of a sudden, I went from being comfortable to eating ramen noodles twice a week. Last time I did that was when I was 20 years old in college. I'm now 53 years old and I'm eating ramen noodles twice a week. What's wrong with the scenario? Third thing that happened, my mom and dad lived in Goodyear, Arizona, which is about 25 miles west of Phoenix on I-10. They drove from Goodyear to Charlotte for the wedding and were supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. My dad calls me Thursday before the wedding to say my mom's in the emergency room. He's not sure what's wrong. Say a prayer for her. Of course, I pray for my mom. I work Friday before the wedding till 8 o'clock at night, drive myself to Sky Harbor Airport, take a red eye from Phoenix to Charlotte, land about 7:15 in the morning. My nephew's getting married, and his younger nephew and my dad meet me at the airport. We go to IHOP for breakfast, a family tradition. Then my dad drives me to the hospital to see my mom. I walked in on the priest giving my mom last rites. I didn't know she was that sick. I didn't know what was going on. It ended up she had septic in the blood or blood poisoning. It got into her pacemaker. They had to do open heart surgery, take out her old pacemaker, put in a new one. She was on the ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. My dad stayed with my mom in the Charlotte area for 9 months until she got strong enough to come back to the Phoenix area. Later that afternoon, I go to a fantastic wedding, then to a country club where I ate too much, danced too much, and drank too much. Had a great time. Next day, my sister-in-law puts on a beautiful buffet. My dad taps me on the shoulder. It's 12:15. We got to go visit my mom again. And then he's dropping me off the airport because I have to fly back to Phoenix because I have to be at work at 6 o'clock the next morning, 6 a.m. So my dad stays in the Charlotte area, and I'm going out to their house once a week to do their mail. First week of December, there's a letter that's 27 pages thick. That is my mom's Medicare statement for going to the emergency room and 1 month on a ventilator. It's all the things they've done to her. $72,000. My dad is retired military. They have TRICARE for life. She's being taken care of. I'm standing in my mom and dad's kitchen. I have a $10,000 deductible on my health insurance. Thank God that car accident, no ambulance was called. I have 2 car loans. I have student loans because I went to graduate school. I have credit card debt, and I don't like my job. So right then and there, I call my friend Glenn, who had invited me to a real estate meeting back in August of 2018, and I said to him, he picked up, and I said, Glenn, I need to change my life today. He's like, Sally, next Saturday, we're having a Christmas potluck dinner. Bring a $5 gift and some food and meet my fellow real estate investors. Go to a party that I don't know anybody? Yikes. I did. Best decision of my life. I meet my mentor, Jay Tannenbaum. And in 2019, he taught me how to wholesale bank-owned properties nationwide. Ooh, I paid off $184,000 in debt, completely debt-free, and I have $50,000 in my bank account. Fast forward, April 4th, 2020. My CPA calls and says, congratulations, Sally, you made so much money in 2019. Your tax bracket went from 22% to 24%. April 4th, it's the start of COVID. 3 of my properties didn't pay me on the April 1st. He wanted me to come in, get on the payment plan to pay off my taxes. I mean, this roller coaster that I'm on, this sounds crazy. My mom, who's Irish, my great aunt Kitty, always made a comment saying, sleep on it. a fantastic book for you to read is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. It's a little bit old, but your subconscious mind is an amazing thing. Next morning, I wake up and I'm like, I read an article about the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. Let me research this. Took me 5 months. September of 2020, I started both my business and my beneficial spendthrift trust, and I became the first female mastermind hostess in my real estate group to teach other investors how to save taxes. So let me share my screen again so you can see this. Again, this is tax brackets. I was single, so I went from 22% to 24%. Let me go down to the next page. This was my first house. I purposely got this in North Carolina so I could write it off on my taxes. I bought it for $20,000. It was supposed to go to auction for $50,000. So that spread $30,000 without lifting a hammer. I would, at 24%, I would owe $7,110. Had to wait until August 28th, 2021. Finally went for $64,326. Woohoo! I made $44,326. But more importantly, I saved $10,368 in capital gains on my first property. I'm not trying to crowd, but I have right now for since September 2000, I've wholesaled 28 properties. I have a crypto bot between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and every time it moves, I make a little bit of money, 10 cents here, 20 cents there, about $50 a day. No, I don't pay capital gains. I have 12 notes that I'm the paper on the house. People pay me their mortgage every month. I have 3 rentals where I'm the landlord. People pay me their rent. And I have 3 seller financing houses. And then my friend does my options trading. I can't sleep at night. So for 2024, the taxes I'm going to be saving, let me go to this next page. The taxes I'm going to be saving are going to be capital gains, interest income, dividend income, and rental income taxes. The one tax I don't have on here is royalty income taxes. The beneficial trust will save all 5 taxes year after year, generation after generation. The reason why royalty income taxes are not on this is they are taxed a little bit less, between 10% to 35%. So if you make a $50,000 bonus with short-term capital gains, you're selling crypto, you're a forex investor, you're wholesaling, you're fix and flipping, auction houses, or tax liens. Interest income taxes are for when you're a passive investor, you're in mutual funds, you're in a REIT, you're doing subject to real estate, you're doing the BRRRR strategy. My notes where people pay me, I have the paper in the house, people pay me the mortgage. That's interest income taxes. Creative financing, seller financing, and again, forex investors, you get taxed twice. Capital gains and interest income taxes. You need the beneficial spendthrift trust. Dividend income taxes. If you're in a stock market, you're a day trader, you're doing options trading, futures trading, commodities, or you're living on dividends. Again, you're going to save dividend income taxes. Rental income taxes. You have short-term rentals like Airbnb, vacation rentals, 5 doors, 10 doors, 20 doors, multifamily, apartment buildings, commercial property. Maybe you're doing Airbnb arbitrage or rental arbitrage. Yes, you can take a property that has depreciation or cost averaging and put it into the trust. Continue doing that, but all new properties, you no longer have to worry about that. Ooh, I forgot to tell you. The lawsuits, I did tell you this. Lawsuits, so if the renter's dog gets out and bites the mailman cannot come after the owner, can only go after the renter. It's an amazing thing. Now, long-term capital gains are a year or more and affect you when you sell your business, you sell an investment property, or you sell a baseball card. This is a great story. An adult son saw my TikTok video, contacted me. His parents were going to sell a family restaurant, 42-year-old family restaurant in Kentucky, March 30th, 2023. His father, Jim, had never been on Zoom. We got him on Zoom. His mom, Marianne, knew what was going on, that we were talking about trust. They were working with a business broker, so we talked to Sam. Sam, the business broker, is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make 10% on this deal. I'm going to make $30,000. I need the business trust. So he did that, and I told him about my affiliate. So Sam tells Michael, who's buying the restaurant, it's going to be his 7th restaurant in 3 different states. He's going, and Michael buys the trust. Sam gets paid, gets an affiliate on that. He loves it. Now, this is just an example of something I have helped, just did right now. it's a husband and wife in Chicago. They're making $290,000 a year. She has her own dental practice, and he works in a high rise building and is a W-2 income earner. So we're taking her dental practice out of their personal taxes. So the $200,000 comes out of the personal taxes into the business trust, saving 90% on federal taxes, $30,445, include plus Illinois state income taxes, so of $9,665. Now his $90,000 go from 24% down to 12%, with another savings of $44,971. They start this trust in March, so instead of saving $85,081 for the whole year, they're going to be saving $7,090 per month. It's an amazing thing. This is one of my favorite stories. Back in March of 2003, I took my friend Ingrid door knocking. I was going to teach her how to do real estate. She gave up. It was a cold, blustery day. We show up at our favorite pizzeria in the Charlotte area, and at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and order a New York style white pizza. Love that kind of pizza. We sat there, we chit-chatted for about 2 hours. As we get up to leave, Mario, the owner, asked for my business card. He and his wife, Mary Ann, were doing their 2022 taxes. Between two locations, they knew they were making about $15,000 gross per month, which is $180,000 per year. At 90% savings, that'd be $27,193. Include North Carolina state income taxes, they're saving $34,903. Well, that was 2023. 2024, they opened a third location. And in 2025, they're going to open a fourth location. When they plan to retire 3036, they're going to leave 2 pizzerias to 1 adult child, 2 pizzerias to a second adult child. There's no inheritance tax. There's no probate or anything else. The adult children will continue to save federal and state income taxes. It's an amazing thing. Now, if you would like to set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me, it's www.thetrustisdue.com/scheduling. My free class on the Great Discovery, like I said, is my first name, my last name, squished together, where you'll get a presentation, 3 articles from Forbes magazine that I did not write, 2 pages of case law so you can research this to your heart's content, and examples of clients saving thousands of dollars. I do this presentation every Monday evening, 5 p.m. I have to apologize. Last night we had a massive thunderstorm. It took out the power, took out the internet, and also took out the water for 9 hours. So I'm glad you all are safe. I'm safe too. Have a beautiful week. Take care.